that what is the point of becoming a spiritual person after 50s or 60s? It will benefit you, no doubt, individually. But will you be able to transmit this knowledge and your genetic makeup to the next generation? You can't conceive any more babies. So sooner you transform your system, spiritually, mentally, physically, and especially at a genetic level. And if you want to bring about a spiritual change at a genetic level, it has to be very intense. Physiologically and biologically, each cell has to be transformed at a spiritual level before you can transmit that genetic code, spiritual genetic code, to the next generation. Otherwise, human degradation will continue as it is. There is no upgrade. There will not be any upgrade at a consciousness level which helps us develop a faculty of expanded consciousness. Many students, they ask me, what is the purpose of life? Why are we here? So it carries too many questions in one single statement. Why are we here? What is the purpose of life? It's a very serious business. The purpose of life you'll understand as you meditate more and more and see the benefit emerging by meditation. Swami Vivekananda, I'm sure no one here is unfamiliar. He said the only purpose of life is, he would put it this way, that your available consciousness is like a thin film of water. And imagine that this thin film of available consciousness is sandwiched between two giant oceans, one of superconsciousness and one of subconsciousness. So we are in a very clumsy situation that what we enjoy with available consciousness is very thin. He said, make it broadband, expand your consciousness from what it is today, like a thin film of water. Make it soar higher in sky of superconsciousness. Expand it and allow it to dive deeper into the oceans of subconsciousness. How to fly into superconsciousness and how to dive deeper into subconsciousness? It is through meditation and complementary practice we call sacred cleaning. Through these two methods, we are able to somehow widen this consciousness and see how our lives change because of this change in consciousness. As you practice on a daily basis, it will change. I don't want you guys to believe in me. You should become like a scientist. Scientists don't have belief system. They're aggressively and critically looking at every experiment. They don't believe that this will happen or that will happen or that should not happen. Spiritual approach should also be like that. See, when you borrow the knowledge that God is there, we unfortunately continue with this blind belief and we end up satisfying ourselves, that, oh wow, I believe in God and that's enough. No, you're fooling yourself then, see. Belief is not enough. If you ask your father or your grandfather or any elders in your family and you ask them a question, do you believe in God? And you know the familiar answers. Why are you asking such a question? Don't you think we believe in God? But when you probe further and ask, why? Why do you believe in God? Then they'll say, oh, we believe because my mother taught me so, our religion says so, our scripture says so. But what about you? Have you experienced it? On what ground are you saying? So, in that context, when atheist says that I don't believe, at least they're very honest. Atheist says I don't believe because I have not felt. They're very honest. But when you say I believe, it's a borrowed and hollow knowledge. It has no meaning at all. It's like a currency without backing. Weak belief. Well, if you satisfy yourself with belief, you will never progress into spirituality. But moment an opportunity arises and you say, oh, now I experience divinity within myself, then belief becomes stronger. Now it has a backing of your personal experience. So that is the promise of spirituality. But then I would ask you further, if you experience it once, is it enough? Or even for 1 year, or even part of your life? It will not be enough. Why? The reason I tell you, suppose you happen to visit one of your friends' resort and you spend 3 months there on a private island of your friends where there is all luxury. You experience a rich hospitality. But deep down in your heart, what would you say? I wish I was also as rich. No? So experiencing is not enough. To become rich is more important. Divine experiences are great. It's better than merely believing. Experiences are better, but becoming is greater. So, through these spiritual practices, we keep evolving from belief to experiencing to becoming, and a stage would also come when you say, I have had enough of this becoming. I transcend this becoming also into a state of being. You are no longer juggling with experiences and becoming, no more such torturous exercises.